Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm glad to have with me today Elvis Presley right here live in Dublin. And, of course, you were here just a few months ago, wasn't you?
Yes, sir. We did a show called Christmas with the King. Dublin's a very special place. I was actually presented with Key to the City last time I was here.
That's right, Mayor Phil Best.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
hard to beat a Key to the City now.
I know.
That tells you we love you.
I was hoping it fit the vault, but it didn't.
Ron, not Baker Dudley, right?
That's right.
It don't
That's right.
fit.
That's right.
And you're going to be coming back July 17th.
July the 17th, we're doing a tour called Chasing the Dream Tour. This is basically my 2-year anniversary of being in the industry, and we're going to start right here in Dublin. Then we're going to move to Evans, Georgia, and then to Spindale, North Carolina.
Well, there's a lot of Elvis impersonators.
Yes, sir.
But you actually have you don't really have on, I'm standing here with you, you don't have on a mask or makeup. You actually resemble Elvis Presley.
Thank you.
And that's a compliment.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to do, with my tribute, what I want to go out on stage and do is pay the most respectful, authentic tribute that I can. Reason being is because Elvis deserves that. He's the greatest entertainer of all time.
Yep.
There's no argument with that.
No, and everybody loves Elvis. And I even told you off the air a while ago, you got to be communist if you don't love Elvis.
Right.
And no matter what he's saying, and I told you my favorite was Suspicious Minds,
Right.
but think about it. How Great Thou Art, American Trilogy, Our Way, I Did It My Way. I mean, just song after song after song.
Right.
And he could sing gospel music as good or better than anybody I've ever heard.
I agree 100%. And I think when he did his gospel stuff, he just could give you a feeling that every word he sung, he believed. Gospel, he won 2 Grammys. He had songs like Suspicious Minds, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, all those great songs that everybody remembers, but he won 2 Grammys, and those were for gospel songs. So, I mean, he was just amazing. He could have sung Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, it wasn't. It don't matter. You're right.
Right.
So, what actually got you doing this?
I've been a fan. My mom and dad used to play Elvis for me. I was about 5 years old. There's actually video of me doing where my grandma had me. I'm serious. Grandma had made me a suit, and my mom and her had sewn all of the little sequins on it. So we, at 5 years old, I used to watch Elvis all the time. Aloha from Hawaii. That was my favorite show.
Yeah.
Still is today, my favorite show. And I told my mother one day, I said, one day I'm going to do a Elvis show. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to get a professional costume made. And I did, and fell in love with it. I've always been a fan. Even when I did other shows, I'd do Elvis stuff in the middle of it. Mm-hmm. And finally got back into it, and it's been a blessing. I've had the most fun ever doing it.
And it's hard to pick a favorite song, even though I'll say that's my favorite, and then you hear another song and say, well, I love that one too. But what about you? What's your favorite?
There's a lot of different areas. Like my favorite song is My Way. Mm. I think Elvis just told a story in that song. He believed, when he sung it, that everything he was saying he could relate to. My favorite song to do on stage is American Trilogy. And then there's songs that you don't really hear a lot, like I'm Leaving. That's another one of my favorites. So it's hard to say you have a favorite, but I have different favorites, if that makes sense.
How does it feel up there when you actually get on stage and you are Elvis? Mm-hmm. I know mentally you take over that persona. Mm-hmm. How does it feel up there?
It's a blessing. It really is. From where I came from at 5 and going, I didn't ever say, well, you say you want to be Elvis. You don't really want to be Elvis.
That's right.
You just want to have that ability to be able to, Elvis, all he had to do was walk on stage. He didn't have to sing a note. All he had to do was smile. And he had you in the palm of his hand. Mm-hmm. So the entertainment part of it, that's what I wanted to do. So when you get up there and you're actually paying tribute to him and you try to feel, it's just a blessing. It's hard to explain. Like when you're doing American Trilogy, you just get chill bumps because everybody stands and you see the reaction. You think, I wonder how he felt.
And that music,
it's amazing. The build and the end with the flute and everything. It's amazing. So and that's every night on stage. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like the bonding moment because you and the crowd. Number one is everybody in that building has one thing in common. And they're the biggest fans of Elvis Presley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I feel the same as they do. And when I'm singing American Trilogy, I can picture me at 5 years old sitting on the bed watching Aloha and chills go up, up and down my arms because I think, I remember this.
Like yesterday.
Right, right. So it's a bonding moment between me and the audience there. and I put the cape on. You can spread the, if you're wearing a Aloha suit, the American Eagle cape, and it's just a moment that you can't really explain it. It's just one of those feelings that you're sitting there and you see it. For the people, what I want to do is maybe there's a kid in the audience that's 5 or 6 years old, and they go, "Wow, who's Elvis?" So then they see me, but then they go and they look up Elvis, and then all of a sudden they're huge Elvis fans. They don't have to be Travis Powell fans. I appreciate it if they are.
That's right.
But then they know who Elvis is.
Yeah.
And then for the people that did get to see Elvis, I mean, there's people that are honest that's seen him 50 times, but they go, man, and for a moment, I take them back to when they seen him in Vegas,
and they remember
or
that,
Macon, or wherever
that's right,
he was
Macon,
at. They remember, and they go, oh man, I was at that show, and they know I'm not Elvis, but for that brief 2 hours, they can sit back, forget about today's problems, and enjoy themselves.
So you're talking about basically a 2-hour show?
Basically a 2-hour show.
Okay. And for those that didn't come in December, what can we expect as fans?
Well, we're going to do a tribute to the 50s. Then we're going to do some 68. And then, of course, we'll do the 70s. So you get a little touch of everything. We're going to have Change of Habit tribute band with us out of Chicago, Illinois.
Wow.
Great band. So it's going to be a high-energy show, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So don't miss it.
Okay. July 17th. What time?
July 17th, 7 o'clock.
7 at one show?
Yes, sir.
One show, 7 o'clock, Theater Dublin.
Yes, sir.
Great venue, great acoustics, great place to perform. It's just, and growing up here, that was our theater, right. and obviously you've seen how well they've redone that. So,
yes, sir.
Well, you deserve the key to the city.
Thank you. I
we loved Elvis, and Travis, you do a great job.
Thank you so much.
We got to record it back in December and obviously aired some of it, but and want to do the same here.
Absolutely.
Of course, we're not going to air it right after now. You got to go. You got to purchase the tickets. We're not going to play that.
That's
and
right.
then later on we'll
That's
do it.
right.
Maybe in August.
There you go. That'll work. For Elvis Week.
That's right.
There we go.
Yeah. You know what August is, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Tried to pull one on him, didn't I? Okay, Travis, good job. And we want you to be there. You heard it, 7 o'clock, July the 17th. Theater Dublin. You do not want to miss this show.